beautiful people. So today I want to introduce you to this new series that I'm super excited about. I have been planning out this series since probably September or October, but that's when the COPPA stuff started to happen, and I didn't know if this was going to be a good fit for my channel anymore because it has to do with doing little girls' hair, and I just didn't want there to be any issues. I didn't want to have to get a fine and all that good stuff. So I put this on pause for a second, even thought about canceling it. But, you know, I really wanted to do this. So I'm going to try. Hopefully I don't get a fine because there's no kids in my videos, but it is aimed. These videos, in my opinion, are aimed towards the people that are doing the little girls' hair. Like mom, dad, grandparents, aunties, cousins, godparents, whoever. And just kind of need a little guidance or some ideas of what to do to their little girl's hair. Trust me, I've been there. I have my 10-year-old cousin who lives in my house, and it can sometimes be hard to figure out what to do to her hair, especially quickly. This isn't a quick tutorial. Well, it can be depending on, we'll get into that. But this isn't a quick tutorial. This is something that I feel like lasts long, and if your girl has like damaged hair or just wants to switch it up a little bit, I feel like this is a good tutorial. But I wanted to come and introduce this to you guys because this will be something that happens on my channel quite often from now on, where I will be putting up hairstyles that I feel are good for younger kids, probably like thinking maybe 16 and under. I mean, these can also be done on adults, but I really wanted to focus on those little girls because I used to work in a school. I used to work around teenagers, and I've seen just people not really knowing what to do with their kids' hair or how to style it, and it not being done the way it needs to be. So I thought, as a licensed cosmetologist, I would step in and show you guys some styles and some tricks on how to do hair, how to grow hair, and all that good stuff. So stay tuned, and thank you guys for watching. Okay guys, so the first thing you're going to do is start on freshly washed, clean, moisturized hair. Moisturize is the key word here. So I'm going to take this wide tooth comb because you want to make sure you detangle the hair before starting. So the first thing I'm going to show you is that when you're parting hair, you want to part it, you want to comb it in the direction you're parting. So if you're going to go from ear to ear, you're going to want to comb that hair in that direction, so then it's easier to part from the ear to the ear in a straighter line. Now you might have to go correct it, but it probably won't be as bad as if you tried to part it with the hair combed backwards. Okay guys, so we're going to comb the hair backwards because we're about to do a center part, and because we're parting backwards, we're going to comb backwards. So I'm about to do a center part because I love a good center part. Now if you like your braid to start in the middle, just part off to the sides. I'm not a big fan of that. I love the center part. I tend to do the center part most of the time unless I'm going to do the braid at an angle. So if I'm going to do it at an angle, I just start to part in the angle. Even if I want to use that center part to start my angles, I can do that. But for the most part, I kind of do my angles a little off center. I'm going to use Murray's Edge Wax, and I'm using this on my mannequin because the last couple times I have braided my hair, I've used this product, and I believe it's like making my scalp super itchy and super irritated. So I decided to just use it on my mannequin. It is good for holding hair down, so it is good for braids if your scalp is not super sensitive like mine. But if it is, you can use some gel or some mousse if it's not going to make your scalp super itchy. Okay, I just want to put that out there. So we're about to start making our parts, and you can make your parts as thin or thick as you want. But I want you to keep in mind that if you have thinner hair, smaller parts will probably work best. So So you want to start with 3 equal parts, as equal as possible. And then you're going to want to braid that hair down. Now, I'm not the best at explaining cornrows, but I'm going to try. As you're braiding down, you're going to want to slightly pick up a little hair, slightly. I mean, your fingers shouldn't really open that much to grab the hair. It should just kind of glide into your hands, if that makes sense. I'm going to take a rubber band to hold this in place. You can also use a bobby pin or whatever you normally use to keep your hair from coming down. That might even be products. You might use product that holds that hair so tight that you don't need to, but I like to use a rubber band. Okay, so for the next section, I'm just going to take my fingers to measure out how big that part needs to be for my twist. For the twist, you're going to start with 2 even sections, and you're just going to keep slightly grabbing a small piece of hair every time you loop around. And you're going to just do that until you get to the bottom. You don't need a lot of hair because it will cause gaps, so you want to do smaller pieces of hair so it can be an even, consistent loop around those twists. So I'm going to continue to do braid, twist. And if you need to slow this down, there's a way you can do it at the bottom. Just click on it and slow down the playback so you can see what I'm doing. But I sped it up because I really showed you guys what I was doing in detail It's basically going to be the same thing going on both sides. I just finish up one side and then go over to the other. Okay guys, so now we're going to start on the back, and if your child has naturally curly hair, you can do what you normally do for their wash and goes or whatever you use to kind of make their curls pop. If your child has straight hair and they want to wear it straight, do that. But I'm going to show you guys how to pop some curls in there, especially if your child has some damaged hair and you want to just put something in where they're not putting heat on it, where they're not playing around in it too much. This is a go-to. Rods, rollers, all those kind of things are great for when you have damaged hair and you're just trying to give that hair some kind of protective style that won't be constantly pulling and tugging at it, right? Or putting heat on it. So there's two little lines on this pink rod that I'm going to use only at the top because for some reason I had about 2 headfuls worth of these pink rods and now I only have probably 10 of them. I don't know how that happened, but whatever. You're going to take that amount of hair. You see that circle? That's how much hair you're going to want to part out to put around that rod. So no longer than those 2 lines and no wider than that circle. That's what you're going to do. Now, also when you get up here, you're probably going to be like, but Ashley, their hair isn't curling all the way around. You'll see what I mean in a second when I do the second rod. It will. The hair that's in the rubber band is just a lot thicker than the hair that's not in the rubber band. So there's going to be, you're trying to tighten it up as much as possible without causing any too much tension or damage. If that makes sense. Also, if your child has like kind of some breakage or some uneven hair, you're going to use these papers. I have to find them, but I don't have any of them. I know that much. You're going to use these papers to kind of smush their hair in between. This will make it easier to roll. I did not have those. And just say you don't have them either, right? I use gel on the ends of the hair and roll it. Also, if you don't have setting lotion, you can use gel too. But I like setting lotion. It moves better than gel. But I will use gel on the ends for when I have a situation like this where I don't have the papers and I just need some way to kind of stick that hair to the rod. So that's what I would do. So you're going to see on this one what I mean by there's more hair in that rubber band than there is at the bottom, and it can kind of be loose it happens, okay? It's still going to come out really good. Just make sure you get it tight without too much tension, because tension can cause breakage, even more breakage, and pulling from the roots, and you don't want that. Okay, so now I'm just going to take them down, and the way you're going to take them down is you're just going to roll them so that the roll will keep its shape. And that's all you want to do. But don't be too rough. Don't like just jank them out first of all, because the hair could be like stuck to the roller, and that's never a good thing to be pulling hair. Also, you don't want to mess up your hard work of spending all that time rolling up that hair and sitting on the dryer for it to look a whole hot mess. Okay, so you're going to want to put some oil sheen on your hands, or some oil on your hands. And you're going to want to unravel these little by little. So I want to show you the first way I would unravel. And that would just be to push it into like 2 or 3 sections a piece per curl. And then just as you go throughout the week, unraveling more and more curls. But that's not my way, okay? I'm going to show y'all my way in a second, because this is what I really love. I kind of don't like perfectly perfect hair. I like hair to look a little, wild, So this is where I tend to get into what I like to do, which is just taking my fingers and kind of pulling those curls out. First of all, this helps hide the parts. I just like curls to kind of be going every kind of different direction. But if that's not your thing, I get it, I understand. Just uncurl them with your fingers little by little. But I like them kind of all over the place. I like them to look kind of like worn a little bit. So I like to just pick them out with my fingers, and that is the way I personally like to do mine. hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you click that subscribe button and that bell button so you can get updated on when I post more videos like this. Also, you don't have to leave my channel yet. I have other videos of me doing my little cousin's hair and some other styles that might be good for your little girls and even for you. So make sure you go around my channel, check out some of these playlists, and I will see you in the next one. Until next time, peace out, much love, and I'll see you guys later.